The American Epilepsy Outreach Foundation was established in honor of Emmett Layden, a little boy living with epilepsy. Epilepsy is a common, chronic neurological disorder characterized by recurrent, unprovoked seizures. Approximately 1 in 100 Americans have epilepsy.
I think the biggest misconception is that people think it's a very rare disorder and that it's very treatable and it's curable. Well, they haven't come up with a cure yet. We hope they do, but the fact is that 1 in every 100 people have seizure disorder.
Josie's seizures began very early at the age of 3 months, and within 6 weeks of those seizures beginning, she was on 3 medications. And as a consequence, her development stopped. The medications and the devastating nature of her seizures meant that she was unable to do the things that babies normally do. When Josie was born and we were informed about the possibility that she might have seizures, my first thought was, oh, well, there's a pill for that. And we'll put her on the medicine and she'll be better. I had no idea that such a large proportion of people with epilepsy never gain control over their seizures. When it cannot be controlled, it is absolutely one of the worst things to happen to a child. We don't know, and I have to tell you, we don't spend a lot of time thinking about that. We believe very much that she is the person that she is. We know she's going to show us who she's going to be every day. I absolutely know that she's the biggest fighter. She's the sweetest, most loving child. And I know that no matter what the future holds, she's her precious individual self. And we just go one day at a time.
Jim was always the life of the party. He had a great job with the city of Chicago. He loved it. He loved the people he worked with. He was on a softball team, golf outings, fishing outings. He was a guy's guy. Everybody loved him.
He just was into everything. He was our coach. He coached other softball teams. He was very, very heavily involved with Boy Scouts. He was on a horseshoe league, softball league, bowling league. You name it, he was involved.
Jim had his first seizure in his early 40s at a softball game. We found out that he had a brain tumor. It was a benign brain tumor. They removed it. He had seizures right after that, but then he was seizure-free for many years. He began having seizures again several years ago, and they were uncontrollable. Jim didn't cope well. He was depressed. He couldn't drive anymore.
You do so many different treatments and therapy, and there's so many different procedures you could do. He did everything. And then there was just a point where he just didn't want to do anything else. He was very stubborn. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't do the things that we wanted him to do. You know, I mean, he went to doctor's appointments, but he was just done. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. You see this guy that's, you know, the head of your family, just deteriorate. You're just always constantly worrying and wondering and stressed out, and it just takes a toll. I mean, it took such a horrible toll on us. I can't even imagine how my dad actually did feel. Awareness, for people to know that this exists, that people are dying from this, people are suffering so much from this, that the medication alone causes so many different side effects that you don't have the same person in your life that you did before they were affected by epilepsy.
When Lindsay was about 10, we're trying to get ready for ballet, and she couldn't get ready for ballet. And she spent about 8 hours very confused and very disoriented, and so I called a friend of ours who was a doctor, and he said it sounded like she was having seizures. Everything affected her, light affected her. I mean, things that normal people do, like going for a walk outside on a sunny day. Well, the flickering leaves would cause her to have a seizure.
I lost 3 years of my life to those seizures because I couldn't do anything and I couldn't learn anything new.
But when she was having grand mals, I was just a nervous wreck all the time because you never knew, you know, and I remember one day in particular, she was getting ready for the day and we'd had breakfast and I asked her how she was and she said, "Oh, I'm fine." And she's always said, "Oh, I'm fine." That's, you know, part of the blessing of Lindsay is her strength. But she went into the bathroom and she locked the door and she had a grand mal and we couldn't get to her.
From the ages of 11 to 16, I was very sick. We could not predict when I was going to have a grand mal or a drop seizure, like my mom said, and pretty much no one, including myself, knew whether I was even going to live to see the next day. Just awareness on the level of seriousness and the impact it has, I think, is very important.
You can have epilepsy and be brilliant and be kind and be talented, and people don't think that of you because of your seizures. We want people to know, and we want to share our story, and we want to be supportive because it makes all the difference in the world.
It just came out of nowhere. We were getting ready for bed. It was bath night and we were reading a book. And the next thing I know, Emmett was on his side and...
We lost our Emmett for a year, you know. We would see him, we would sit in bed and say, "You know what? I saw Emmett for 5 minutes today." It was right after breakfast and he was there for 5 minutes. And it's like, are we ever gonna get him back? Are we ever gonna get our boy back? It caused us, specifically Aaron, to just search and search and search for the answers and for as much we can find out about epilepsy. And we had to do a lot of it on our own.
We started AEOF after watching Emmett suffer so much and just our experience. We just hope that educating the public will, again, bring the compassion and the understanding. And it is scary to witness someone having a seizure, but if you're knowledgeable enough, you'll react properly and you'll be able to take care of those people that are in need.
The Foundation's mission is to raise public awareness, provide support for children and individuals with epilepsy and their families, and eliminate stigma and dispel the myths surrounding epilepsy.
The reason I wanted to get involved with it is because my son had passed away this last fall. He had a seizure and he drowned. So it was something that was close to my heart because we didn't realize how serious seizures can be.
I'm excited to see what the future has in store for the Foundation. It's like putting wings underneath people who have no hope.
People don't realize how difficult it is when you have a family member that has seizures. So you can go to the website, which is epilepsyoutreach.org.
Our hope is that one day there will be a cure for this disease, which is so incredibly devastating.
I just want people to be able to come to us and be able to find the support to get through it, because it can be difficult, and we'll do anything to help them.
Join us. You can make a difference. Together, we can change the face of epilepsy.